Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. I'm your instructor Joy. Let me first play a tune for you. This was a little excerpt from Chopin Nocturne, which was transcribed by Nathan Milstein. Thank you very much for your continued support. I really, really appreciate. This video is an answer to a violinist who's been asking for this particular piece. I made other videos about this particular piece. It's one of very beloved piece, which was originally written by Frédéric Chopin for piano, but it's such a beautiful piece. Milstein transcribed, luckily, good for us, for violin, so we get to play. Now, with this particular very melodious passage, I would like to talk about how one could use dynamics in phrasing. Here I played exactly 8 measures, but you can hear there are two different kinds. There's one part that plays like this, and there's another part, and you can see those are quite similar, even though that's not exactly the same. Another passage was, and the similar part, and so on like that. So now one could say there's a section A or section B, or let's say melody A, melody B, or whichever you want to call it. It's important for us to see the different music, different motives. Even further, it would be even better if we can see, if we can distinguish which one is musically more important, which one is musically less important. Because we are working so hard, we're so focused on tackling all difficult techniques. Sometimes we dismiss the most important part, which is music. It is very important that we put music on the top priority, and techniques and all others are there to serve your music making. We have to remember that. So we differentiate the two kind of music. Let's say two kind of melodies. One is, and then the other one was. Now we have to see whether they're both equally important, or one more important than the other, or they're both not very important. And in order to know, it's always a very good idea to see the entire music either by seeing piano part, which has a piano part, and the violin part, the entire music, or in case of the concerto, see the entire score with all these orchestral parts. If it's too difficult to see if you can at least see the piano part so that you see the entire music. We have to understand, even though we're playing an important melody, we are still just a part of the entire music. So whenever we learn our part, we also have to have our score or the piano part in front of us to see what should we do in this particular passage. And this particular passage gives us a lot of hint when you look at the piano part. While we'll play this one, the piano waits 2 beats, and then as soon as we play, then piano plays also echoing us. Ah, if it's doubled, playing by us and by piano, most likely it's very important. Similar thing happens in the later. We play, and then as soon as we play, and then piano echoes us, but with a little different, right? So Obviously it's almost the same. It's the you don't have to be an expert in music, we can hear it, and that means probably it's more important. When you really look at the double stop part, even though it's difficult for us to play because the shifting double stops and slur all this one, when you look at the piano part, it just nothing but just broken chord. So most likely not as important. It could be maybe less important, but not as important as doubling the melody by violin and piano. And that's the other part here. Here. That part also just it's just a broken chord, right? So what does that mean for us? Even though double stop, all these one are difficult, musically it's less important. That means we have to be careful not to play too loud, which is commonly one of the common mistakes we do when or any instrument, whether it's violin or any other. When we are very working so hard with working techniques and all this, one we worked hard, and we want to make sure that people hear it, which is I understand you want to do that, but remember, music is always above anything, even if you have mastered the technique. So this is some kind of mistake, or I wouldn't say mistake, unfortunate playing. This is what we should not sound like. And so on like that. You get the idea. It all of a sudden music, it's a little confusing to hear what it is. So of course it's my personal idea, but just to give you how important it is to be able to see beyond our technical challenges. I personally prefer to make it even exaggeration. I bring the more important note even more, and then less important even softer because I'm playing double string, so I have to make it even softer. So here. Then I tilt the bow, make it very light, and bring my bow contact point 5 very light. Then I bring my bow closer to the bridge, contact point 2, and then I even change the bow even more to make it louder. Now, I tilt the bow, making it lighter, contact point 5, making it very light. This is kind of part where when we go to concert, that touches our heart. Remember, we're ultimately learning all this technique to make music, and I hope you can achieve that too. I wish you all happy practicing. I hope this was helpful. Hope to see you again. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.